Olson, Fortune Transportation. We're out of Windham, Minnesota. We have about 150 trucks. We're a reefer fleet. In the last 2 years, we have won Colorado, New Mexico, and Minnesota's safest carrier of the year for each state. And we've even won the ATA's President's Award in the last couple of years. Despite all of that recognition, we've still seen double-digit percentage increases in our insurance rates over the past couple of years. Those are not a result of safety performance. As our insurance rates rise, so must our freight rates, which means that gets passed on to our customers who are producing food. And those rates then get passed on to the final consumer as well. So I'm from Minnesota. I can drive up and down I-35 in Minnesota and have a near PTSD experience from every billboard that I see that says, sue the trucker, we'll get them for millions. This happens in Colorado, this happens in New Mexico, and my drivers see this day in and day out. And so whether it's me, whether it's my driver, whether it's my customer, they say, oh my goodness, this is what we have to deal with. And we can be one of the safest companies in the entire country, and we still have this threat of doing something wrong. We can even have a situation where the other person is at fault, and yet we somehow have to pay. It just doesn't make any sense. A number of years ago, we implemented cameras in our trucks, forward-facing and rear-facing cameras on the fenders. They proved to be one of the most valuable things I've ever seen in trucking, because so often a forward-facing camera tells you what happens at the moment of a strike. But what's amazing is what happened 5 and 10 minutes prior to that. So often the other vehicle was driving erratically. They were making illegal movements before something happened. And then once they get in front of us, then they do something that causes a strike or an accident. You have my drivers going down the road day in and day out, and they're professional drivers. They're already on the defensive because they're professionals. They have to watch out for the people around them who are not professionals. But then when you throw in this added mix that's a combination of lawyers, doctors, chiropractors, and so forth, who are out to actually, not figuratively, but actually out to get them. And that's a whole different layer that's just not fair to my drivers. It's not right. It's just the wrong thing. And we need to set up barriers so that these people can't do this. And when they are caught, they need to be held accountable. I remember one story a number of years ago on I-25 south of Colorado. And we had a driver who was it was snowy weather. He's headed southbound. And there is this minivan, and we can see it in the rear view cameras, squirrely once, squirrely twice. Speeds on past my driver, gets in front, squirrely again. All of a sudden, starts doing 360s, bounces off of another truck, comes over, bam! Hits a different truck, squirrels over in front of my truck, and boom, my driver jackknifes, hits the truck, and goes over the cable. And it was this other vehicle's fault from the beginning. The cameras developed the whole story from beginning to end. But the trooper showed up. They put my driver in the back seat of the squad car. My safety manager, one of the first times this ever happened with us, downloaded the video, emailed it to the trooper on the side of the road. The trooper watched the video, opened the door, said, driver, if you could get out, shook his hand, said, excellent job, if you'd go wait in your truck. Went over to the minivan and said, driver of the minivan, I need you in the back of my squad car. So one of the big things that I talked to lawmakers today is I said, the other automobile could be cited and be at fault, yet somehow I could have to pay 5, 6, maybe even 7 digits in lawsuit figures. That just doesn't make any sense. They can keep suing and keep suing without any recourse until they finally strike a jackpot one day. That is not common sense at all. That is not good use of anyone's time or resources, and it's a problem that needs to be fixed.